you for taking the time to watch our RCO and FSL Tabling Workshop hosted by the Office of Student Involvement. Here are some strategies to help your organization reach a broader audience through effective tabling. For our learning objectives, students will demonstrate their knowledge of tabling strategies by being able to engage their audience with various tools and skills learned in this workshop. Students will also be able to create an elevator pitch that is relevant and applicable to their club's purpose. So why doesn't tabling work? As college students, we prioritize one thing when coming to campus, and that's going to class. And a lot of the tabling locations are in the students' route to going to class, so it's not really a priority for them to take a few minutes out of their day to stop by a table. In addition, students have a lack of incentive to approach tables. So what can they gain from stopping at your table? That could be fun activities and games, food, opportunities, or involvement. Keep in mind that the table is a tool, not the main attraction. The main attraction is your organization. So just because there's a table doesn't mean that's all you need. So here are some other things that are needed to have a successful tabling event. We recommend having a decorated table, 2 or more people with an upbeat energy, an elevator pitch, some incentives, and a feedback form. On the other hand, try to avoid doing things that will deter people from approaching your table. We don't recommend sitting behind the table, having an empty table, tabling in a hidden location, the tablers being on their phone, a lack of talking points, and big crowds. The best way to sell your club is having an elevator pitch. Think about what do you want to accomplish from tabling. Make sure to include a call to action in your elevator pitch and think about what do you want them to do for your club. So here are some steps for creating your elevator pitch. Step 1 is to identify the goal. This is an internal step, so think about, are you recruiting, are you fundraising, or are you spreading awareness of your cause? Step 2 is to explain what you do. What is the organization's purpose? Step 3 is communicate your uniqueness. So what sets you apart from other organizations on campus? And step 4 is to engage with an open-ended question. These are the 3 purposes of tabling. The first is fundraising, which is raising money for your organization or cause. Second is recruitment, which is advertising membership in your organization. And third is information, informing the public about certain issues or causes important to the club or organization. Now, here are some ways to incorporate incentives into the 3 purposes of tabling. For fundraising, we recommend having things to sell, like experience tickets, food, or etc. We also want you to note that raffles are no longer allowed. For recruitment, you can have an interest form for people to fill out, and this can be used to send out additional information to prospective members. And for information, we recommend having activities related to your club or philanthropy to encourage engagement and increase participation in tabling. Combining 2 or more of these will lead to an even more successful tabling event. How can you engage your audience? We recommend that you stand in front of the table and do not sit behind it and wait for people to come to you, because usually most of the time they won't. Don't talk to each other in large groups, and also try to pass out flyers and engage people walking by. So if they don't have time to stop by your table, they have something to take with them and check out later. Here are some other things to remember. Hand out flyers within 2 feet of the table. Tabling under building overhangs is not permitted. All tabling requests must be submitted on CatLive. And amplified sounds and music are not permitted unless approved by OSI. Here is our tabling effectiveness rubric. For your elevator pitch, it should be 30 seconds to 1 minute, and that it thoroughly identifies the goal, explains the purpose, communicates uniqueness, and engages audience with an open-ended question. And all of this was done in a complete and concise manner. For engagement, there should be 2 to 4 members at the table in a high-traffic area. Phones are put away, and all the energy is focused on actively interacting with people walking by. And there are also incentives available at the table for participants, such as food, activities, or informational flyers. And for table aesthetics, the table is heavily decorated and it has signage that identifies and reflects the organization, setting it apart from other tables on campus. The audience is also able to have an idea of club values based on decorations and information laid out. Here are some decorated tabling setups. So here are some more tabling tips. We recommend that you collect contact info to further your reach, so having multiple devices or interest forms out so people aren't waiting around. Make sure to always keep your purpose in mind and table productively, as well as know your audience. For our tabling resources, feel free to check out the CatLive portal, the Tabling Guidelines infographic, and the Tabling Effectiveness form. These should be emailed out to RCO and FSL leaders. Here is a map of the approved locations for tabling. That would be on Scholars Lane, the Pavilion Lawn, the Academic Walk, and University Plaza. Don't forget to come out to our RCO Expo and Leadership Showcase, which is on August 31st from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Scholars Lane. This will be a great opportunity to meet the different clubs and organizations, get to know different employers, and networking opportunities. Also, the top skills that employers want to see are leadership, teamwork, communication, critical thinking, self-development, equity and inclusion, professionalism, and career and self-development. We encourage you to highlight these skills if your organization provides them to potential members and employers. Feel free to take the time to scan this QR code for the attendance and feedback form so we know that your organization has attended the workshop. So now this concludes the RCO and FSL Tabling Workshop. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at clubsandorgs@ucmerced.edu. And for more information, feel free to check out our website, studentinvolvement.ucmerced.edu.